Abode of Greatness Worldwide is a greatness center and a subsidiary of John Ughulu Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our mission is to serve, lead, and impact. Disclaimer: this is not a religious organization. For donations, volunteer services, and inquiries, visit our website, www.johnughulufoundation.org.
Hello, everybody. How are you? How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching. I know people are watching from all over the world. If you can hear me, I want you to please type "I can hear you" in the comment section. If you can hear me, please type "I can hear you" in the comment section. My apologies for starting late. We had some technical difficulties. Murphy's Law showed up. But anyway, what matters is your ability to rise above challenges. Challenges are normal. So if you can hear me, please type "I can hear you." So while we're waiting for more people to join, like and share this broadcast. Like and share this broadcast. I am doing the same thing now. Like and share this broadcast, because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. So I'm doing my sound check. Because okay. You might just be saving the life of if you can hear me, please type "I can hear you" in the comment section. We had some technical difficulties earlier on, so I am trying to make sure that everything is working well now. Please type "I can hear you" in the comment section if you can hear me. Okay, let's see. And while we're doing the check, I am sharing the broadcast, which is what I expect from everybody. It is a blessed day. So I will test the sound one more time, which is what if you can hear me. Okay. So the sound is fine from our end. Yes, it's a blessed day. Great day in Atlanta, Georgia. I am broadcasting from Atlanta, Georgia. Disclaimer: this is not a religious organization. It's not a religious activity. It's not a religious institution. Abode of Greatness Worldwide is a greatness center and a subsidiary of John Ughulu Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And our mission is to serve, lead, and impact. If you can hear me, please type "I can hear you" in the comment section. Good morning, Sharon. How are you? Sharon, can you hear me? If you can hear me, Sharon, please type "I can hear you." We had some technical difficulties a few minutes ago, so we're trying to make sure everybody can hear. We're trying to make sure everybody. Oh, yes. Thank you for indicating. Thank you. Great. So Abode of Greatness Worldwide is a greatness center and the subsidiary of the John Ughulu Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit. We will be having these weekly broadcasts, weekly inspirational and motivational broadcasts, just to help people transition from where they are to where they want to be. It could be in their jobs, it could be in their businesses, or it could be in their personal lives. In the process, we will be helping families worldwide to either pursue a career, start a business, or provide basic human needs like food, clothing, and shelter. And with the help of generous donors like yourself who is currently watching, we would be able to make these happen. And our main focus will be on people between the ages of 16 to 25. But still, that doesn't mean that if the need arises for us to extend our helping hands to people who fall outside that age bracket, we would still help them. It doesn't mean we cannot do that. We will help them. So if you or anyone you know needs support in these areas, do not hesitate to contact us. Our contact information is currently being displayed on the screen. It's at the bottom of the screen. You can find our contact information there. So I want you to know that you are an abode of greatness. You've got greatness within you. It is a blessed day. I want you to start with some positive affirmations. Remember to like and share this broadcast because there's somebody out there who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. My name is Dr. John Ughulu, and I will be talking to you today about how to take charge. I want you to write that down, how to take charge. That's our topic for today, how to take charge. I love this topic. This is one of my strongest areas. This is a topic I enjoy delivering at events, summits, how to take charge, because it took divine intervention for me to be able to take charge of my life. So I like to always share those tips with people so that you can move from where you are to where you want to be. It is possible, very, very possible. So grab a pen, a notepad, a piece of paper, whatever you're comfortable writing with, and start taking down notes. Remember, our topic for today is how to take charge. Now, before I begin my teaching, I want to remind everybody who's listening to this program that everything in life is a cliche. But it is whenever that cliche resonates with your circumstances that truly matters. So I want you to listen to me with an open heart. Just listen with an open heart, because you will learn so much. So give me one quick second. I want to share this broadcast to a group, and I want to make sure they have it. This is going to be a blessing to somebody today. This would be a blessing to somebody out there. You too, please do the same thing. Like and share. Our topic for today is how to take charge. How to take charge. Okay. All right. I also want to check to make sure we're streaming across all the platforms, just so that some people will not be left out. More people. Okay, great. Across all. Great. Awesome. So I will share 7 tips with you on how to take charge. It could be taking charge of your life. It could be taking charge of your business, your career, because taking charge is part of the leadership principles. When we talk about leadership principles, taking charge is one of those principles, how to take charge. And the first thing I want to talk about, or I'll give you a list of the items, or a list of what we will be talking about on how to take charge. First, you must have a vision. Having a vision is paramount. Having a vision. You have a vision. Number 2, to set goals. Number 3, we'll talk about having a plan. having a plan. So you should have a plan. Then you should take action. That's the fourth one. Take action. The fifth one is be resilient. Be resilient. Resiliency is key. The fifth one, the sixth one is to review your goals regularly. And the seventh one is willpower. So we will break them down. We will talk about each of these tips one after the other. So we will start with having a vision. Having a vision. So you need to have a vision. One is have a vision. Now, when it comes to having a vision, I know I've talked about this several times, but this plays a major role in our transformation. Everything in life starts from your dreams, your visions, your imaginations, right? So you would constantly hear me talk about these things, to have a vision. Now, your vision helps you understand. Your vision gives you a clearer picture of what's possible. It shows you their imagination, what is possible for you to accomplish. Now, people refer to this in different ways. And when we're talking about vision here, we're not talking about the eyesight. We're talking about the mind side. Because your capabilities, what you can become in life, starts from you imagining those things. Just like when the world was created. When God made man, gave man dominion over the earth, over everything. God didn't give man the table that we're using to work today. God did not give man a chair. God did not give man a bed. God did not give man clothes. God did not give man computers, the internet. God just gave man things that man could generate all those things or create all those things from, right? So how did it become possible for Adam to make things work? It was through imagination. Imagination helps you evolve. Imagination helps you see the possibilities. That's why Walt Disney said, if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. Yes. That's the difference between the human being and the ordinary animal. We have the ability to imagine things, and we have the ability to bring those things to life. Animals only act based on instincts. Yes. So I want you to understand the importance of having a vision. Every great technology we are enjoying today was once somebody's vision, once somebody's idea. It was once somebody's dream. But now, having a dream alone or having a vision alone cannot make things work for you. But everything starts from having a vision. And not until you have a clear vision of what you want to do in life. If you want to start a project, not until you have a clear vision of what that project entails, you will not be able to assemble a team to put that thing to life. So you must first of all get a clear vision of what you want. Get a clear vision. Celebrate your victories in your dreams, in your mind, in your imagination, in your vision. Celebrate, see the end. Make sure you create that moment, that quiet time to understand, analyze your visions, your dreams, because you would always see that roadmap in that vision. But a vision would always remain a vision if you allow it to remain a vision. But a vision can become an actual thing, an actual project that you can bring to life if you learn and understand the process of converting your visions into reality. We've all had situations whereby we talked ourselves out of dreams and visions. Yes, because we didn't know how to convert that vision into reality. Before I began the journey of self-development, personal development, I had so many great ideas, ideas that if I had worked on, if I had known what I know currently, would have taken my life to the next level. But I talked myself out of those dreams because I felt they were too big. I didn't really understand how to, I couldn't comprehend. I couldn't understand how to take that dream or that vision to the next level. And I know I'm not the only guilty person here. I know there's so many people out there who are guilty of the same thing. So you should learn to have a clear vision of what you want. If you can hear me, if you're watching via YouTube or Facebook, please remember to like and share this broadcast. If you can hear me via podcast, also remember to share, because there's somebody out there who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. So when you decide to take charge of your life, it means you are also making that conscious decision. It means you are also making that conscious decision to take charge of your visions. It means you're also making that conscious effort and conscious decision to convert your visions to reality. It is in your vision, in your mind, in your dreams, in your imaginations that you can understand what is possible for you. Take note of that. To take charge of your life, have a clear vision. If you want to change your career, you should already envision yourself making that career change. If you can hear me out there, please type I can hear you. I just want to be sure everybody can hear me. So if you are thinking of having a career change, you should understand that it starts from somewhere. It starts from having that vision for yourself. It starts from, okay, you can hear me. Thank you so much. Thank you. So it starts from you imagining yourself in that new position. It starts from you imagining the possibilities, the things you can actually do while you are at that new job. You also imagine as far as all the celebrations, all the victories, all the accolades, all the, all the friends you would have along the way, how you will get promoted, how you will get to the peak of that career, how you will get to the top and the end, and how you would retire. Imagination. Not until you have that clear vision of what you want for yourself, you're still going to be struggling. Now, I belong to so many groups, so many WhatsApp groups, from my alma mater and so on. And I always see people type things that I know if they do not change their mindset, they're going to remain where they are. They're going to remain broke. They're going to remain sad. They're going to remain optimists. When you try to encourage such people, letting them know that, first of all, they need to work on their mindset, I typically get some shocking response. Like, for example, somebody could reply and say, you're talking about imagining things that are not possible. Such naive replies. How can you be in a country where things are not working well? You will hear people say, how can you be living in a country where things are not working well and you expect us to be able to think or imagine those things? When we know that even when we imagine from now till tomorrow, nothing will change. I know you've also, you who's listening right now, you've heard people talk like that. You probably have, been talking like that as well. But let me tell you something. Not until you learn that your greatness starts from you being able to understand who you are. Not until you understand that God did not give us all the comfort that we are looking for, enjoying right now, all this technology. Out of imagination, these things were created. So not until you master the act of feeding your subconscious mind with optimism, with things that would help you move to the next level, it will become a problem for you. And not until you understand the importance of having that imagination and that dream and that vision, things will continuously be a struggle for you. Everything starts with having an imagination, having a clear vision, understanding where your project should head towards. Your vision is very important. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you should have a vision. And in that vision, that imagination, you should imagine to the last. You should even celebrate your victories in your vision, in your imagination. And the next thing you should do is to convert your imagination, your dreams, your ideas into goals. I know somebody out there would say, he wants to talk about goals again. Yes, like I said, everything in life is a cliche, but it is whenever that cliche resonates with you that really matters. Yes. I remember someone talking about motivational talks not lasting. And he said it to a great man that, oh yeah, great man, your motivational talks do not last. When you say things, they do not last. And that great man said to the person who was complaining that motivational talks do not last, he said to the person, he said, oh yes, I know motivational talks do not last. It's just the same way when you take your bath, it doesn't last. You need to keep taking your bath every day in order for you to stay clean. It's the same thing with motivational talks. It's the same thing with his inspirational teachings. It doesn't last. You need to constantly remind yourself. You need to constantly refresh your memory, because whatever does not resonate with you today might resonate with you tomorrow, or will resonate with you the day after the next day, right? So it is a process. You need to constantly hear these things. Hearing is very, very important. So for as long as you hear my voice, for as long as you see this face, you are always going to hear me remind you of the importance of setting goals. That's the only way you can take charge of your life. One, have a vision. Secondly, have a goal, which means you need to convert your visions, your dreams, your ideas into goals. How do you do that? A lot of people think just having an idea and motivating yourself to start working on that idea is a goal. No. A vision not converted into a goal remains a dream. It remains a fantasy. It remains what it is, just a vision. So you should learn to write down your goals. I always emphasize on getting a journal. I have one here. I have several journals, but I'm always with a journal, right? You should keep journals. It is very, very, very important. That's the easiest way for you to convert your visions, your ideas, your dreams into goals. Never rely on your brain. Never rely on your memory, because it will fail you. It will fail you when you least expected it. Research has proved it that the brain processes millions of information within a minute. So what does that tell you? It means there's a possibility of you being overwhelmed with information. But when you learn to write down your goals, you would realize that it is easier for you to follow through. Writing down disrupts the flow of the brain. It disrupts the information that passes through the brain. Because when you're writing down, the brain will be left with no option but to focus more on what you are writing down. The brain will be tricked to understand that now what we're writing down is what we are focusing on. So I want you to write down two major goals, two major dreams, visions, and ideas that you once had and you have not been able to convert into goals. Write them down. Let today be that day that you are taking that bold step of converting your dreams and visions into goals. That's the essence of this program, motivating you and inspiring you. If what I said to you last week did not resonate with you, I want you to pay attention and listen to this one, because today you're going to learn how to take charge of your life. You're going to learn how to take charge of your life by learning how to set goals. If you haven't bought your journal yet, I want you to immediately after listening to this program, go out and buy your journal. And we thank God the world has transitioned from brick and mortar to click and order. You do not necessarily have to walk out of your house, walk out of your office to go get a journal of your choice. Just go online and buy them. I bought this online, right? It's got a leather back. I like it. I like beautiful journals because it's attractive to me. It reminds me that something has to go in there. Since I started working on my personal development, I have found things a lot easier. I no longer talk myself out of dreams and visions like I used to do back in the day, because I write all of them down. I capture all my thoughts. I capture everything on paper. It does not necessarily mean I would work on all of them at the same time so I don't get overwhelmed, but they're captured. And I review my goals on a daily basis. So I want to also recommend that for you. Les Brown said, review your goals at least twice a day in order for you to stay focused. When we're talking about converting your dreams, your ideas into goals, also remember that just writing down those ideas and those goals without timelines could also be problematic to you. So learn to write down your goals with timelines. If today you decide you want to change, you want to change your career, don't just write it down and say, I want to change my career. No. When you write that down, make sure you put timelines. Make sure you put a date. Make sure you put a specific date, because that is what will help you take action. That is what will motivate you to take action. Put a date and say, look, on or before the 31st day of December 2021, I will have a career change. On or before the 31st of December 2021, I would become a doctor. On or before 31st December 2021, I will do this. So be specific. Have timelines, not just timelines, realistic timelines. All right? I have a goal to build a greatness center, a physical building that would accommodate 3,000 or more people, a place where people can gather and come for our conferences, our seminars, our workshops, a greatness center that would also have a place where people can focus on healthy activities like a gymnasium, a swimming pool, But my target is to get this started on or before the 31st of December 2026, right? I don't know how I would make that happen, but I know I would do it. I know it's a done deal. In my mind, it's done. In my mind, I already have a picture. I already have the graphic design in my mind. I have already written down everything. I have already seen me organizing conferences there in the next 20 years, 30 years. I envision all those things. I have written down my goals. So it is very important. The earlier you start to write down those goals and write down the biggest goals. Do not waste your time with small things that are within your comfort zone. Do not do that, because it takes the same energy to think small and the same energy to think big. So why would you rather want to think small if it takes the same energy? So I want you to write down two of your major goals, two major goals that you once talked yourself out of, or two major goals that you have been working yourself up over for some time. Write them down. And I want you to put timelines of when you intend to get started. Remember, when you're writing down your goals, you do not necessarily need to know how to get started. Yes, you do, because the how is what makes people talk themselves out of it. When you think about a dream that you want that would cost you about $3 million to get started, because you currently do not have $3 million, and you know that you haven't done anything to give you $3 million, by the end of the day, you would want to talk yourself out of it. That's the problem we always had. But I want to share this secret with you. You don't need to know the how. Just write it down. Get your journal. Write that goal down. Put timelines. Tell yourself, this deal I want to do, this project I want to embark on would cost me $3 million to get started. But I don't know how to get this project started, but I believe and I know I will get it done. Have the faith, but write it down. Because you know why? You know why? In most cases, you might just be the vessel that will be used to bring that idea out. You do not necessarily have to be the financier. The people who would help you bring that dream to life are just waiting for that idea to come out. That's just the truth. So do not let what is required to get started scare you out, scare you away from being part of that dream. You could be the person thinking about it. And the moment you mention that dream to somebody, and you realize that that person has been waiting for who would partner with him or her. So just write it down and make sure you focus on not backing down. This is just one trick a lot of people do not understand. It is just one trick. Whatever you are seeking is also seeking you. That's how the universe operates. Whatever you have in your mind, whatever you are desperately in need of in your mind is achievable. And when it keeps on coming, when it keeps on coming, when it keeps on coming, it means that thing was designed for you to bring to life, irrespective of you not knowing how to get it done. Now, let me give you this example. I was talking to a lady, an elderly lady. She's I think she's 65 years old. We were speaking some days ago. We met at Clubhouse, and she heard me speak in one of the groups, the Clubhouse groups, and she was so thrilled. She was so touched. And we connected somehow, social media. And we got talking. She called me and she said, "My friend, do you know that strange things do happen?" And I said, "Oh, yes, I know things happen." She said, she is 65 years old and she is currently retired, but that she got a revelation that she should start organizing events for speakers, for motivational speakers, so that they can, impact lives. She said, but when she got that revelation, she didn't even know how to do this because the finance was not available to even get started, because it takes thousands and thousands of dollars to organize an event. She didn't know where to get the money from, but something just said, okay, join Clubhouse. She didn't know where to get a dark-skinned male for the summit, because where she lives, they don't have people of color that speak. But she joined Clubhouse and she heard me speak, that she knew, without even reaching out to me, she had not contacted me at that point. She knew that I was the person that God has referred to her. And we got talking. And when she told me about this, I accepted her offer. And I will be speaking at her event in August. Right? So that's how the universe moves you closer to the people who would work with you. The lady was so lucky. She went to her church and they were able to give her a venue for free. So this revelation required thousands of dollars. But right now, she has a venue, a conference center for free. She was desperately in need of having a summit that, a summit that has people from all walks of life, people from all races, right? But right now, she has me representing my race, right? So you do not necessarily have to wait for things to happen. Just keep moving. Have your goals. Have the vision. Imagine, she says her vision for that event is to have about 800 people attend the event. This is a woman who has never organized events. She doesn't have the money required to get it started. She doesn't have the, at that point, she didn't have the finance to even hire speakers. But right now, things are working for her good. Just believe. Believe that it is possible and write it down. Write it down. Convert it to a goal. And when you have those goals, review them daily. That will give you that motivation, the inspiration. And the third one is to have a plan. When you have plans, it means you have already put it down. You have already decided to work towards achieving that goal. So a goal broken down into steps is a plan. When we're talking about a plan, we're talking about goals that have been broken down into steps. How do you do that? Now, you want to change your career. What are the plans? What are the steps you need to take? First of all, you need to take some trainings, right? Secondly, you need to start looking for a job or develop your curriculum, your CV, right? Then you need to start looking for a job. Then you need to start doing interviews. And when you get the offer, what do? You get into that position, you do your onboarding, and you start delivering your skills, your talents, right? When you convert your goals into plans, it means you have broken down your goals into steps. What's my plan for the Greatness Center? For now, we're having the virtual broadcasts. My next step will be to have a brick and mortar. And from that brick and mortar, not necessarily a very big one that we can afford. From there, we will get to that final stage of building that Greatness Center that can accommodate 3,000 or more people, right? That's the plan. Right now, nothing is stopping me. But when I first thought of the idea, I told a few people, and just like what normal human beings would do, they would want to talk you out of it. They would want to make you feel that it's not achievable, right? But you must not let people's opinions of you become your reality, because your dream is your dream. Your vision is your vision. You who's listening to me right now, your vision can never be my vision. Your revelation is your revelation. Mine is mine. So when I tell you what I intend to do and you do not understand or you are not in agreement with me, doesn't mean that what I am thinking about or what I am thinking of executing is wrong. It just only means that you are blind to my vision. So do not allow people's opinions of you become your reality. When you have a dream and people do not understand it, that's just what it means. It means they do not understand it. It is meant for you and you only to understand. I hope I'm making sense here. So your visions are strictly for you. Have your goals, convert your goals into plans, little steps that you must take. Because if you fail to have these steps, you're looking to jump, you would fall. You would fall. My mom used to always tell me this. She would say, a tree must grow, right? It grows from one stage to the other. The tree cannot just jump from being a seed. No, even you as a human being, if you jump, what happens? The law of gravity will definitely set in. My mom would say, John, remember, if you jump, you will still fall, right? If you jump, you will still come back to the ground. The earth will still pull you. That's the law of gravity. But if you grow from 1 foot to 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, you will keep going. You will stay. So in life, you must learn to have a plan and take it one step at a time. That's how to take charge of your life. Understand that there are no shortcuts. If you are getting into business, if you are transitioning from becoming an employee to an entrepreneur, what happens? First of all, what did you do? You first of all refined your gift, your skills, and your talent with the employment you once had. You used that to refine your gift, and you transitioned into that journey of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a journey. When you get in, you always typically have the nurturing stage, the break-even stage, the profitable stage, and the legacy part of it, right? It is a process. Same thing with your ideas. Same thing with your life goals. Have a plan. It is very, very, very important. And that takes us to the next one. If you have your vision, your goals, and your plans, and you fail to take action, then we're back to square one. We're back to zero, right? Action. Action requires you to, right now, buy a journal. Taking action means buy a journal, buy a pen, buy as many pens as possible. Understand that you do not necessarily have to walk out of your house. You can just go online, click and order. First action, journal. Second action is start writing down your thoughts. Start writing down your thoughts. The third action is when people are not in alignment with your vision, do not talk yourself out of it. Have the mindset that it is meant for you alone. And keep searching for that person, those people who would understand where you're coming from. And the opportunity will show up. Take action. Review your goals on a daily basis. Start networking. Start hanging around the people with like minds. Start hanging around people who would promote optimism. Start hanging around people who are goal driven. Start hanging around people who are also working on becoming better. Take action. Start looking for the partners. Start looking for ways to generate funds to bring your dreams to life. Start being intentional. Action is very, very important. Learn to be more of a doer. Look for things and ways that you can hold yourself accountable to your dreams. You know, while I was growing, I was in the midst of people who feel that when you have a dream, you should keep it to yourself. I'm not saying that is wrong, but that never worked for me. Although I have always been that eccentric person, that never worked for me. Keeping my dreams to myself never worked for me. Because from time immemorial, I knew the importance of holding myself accountable to my actions. So whenever I had a very important task I wanted to accomplish, I would look for 2 or 3 people and tell them what I want to do. And I realized that when I tell people what I want to do, there's no going back. my wife would say, look, you guys should stop advising John. When John tells you what he wants to do, he's not seeking your opinion. He's just only reassuring himself that it is a done deal. You know, when I first decided to become a life coach, I was telling people around me that, look, I want to go get a training to become a life coach. And the people around me were like, are you kidding me? You want to be a life coach? How do you intend to do that? How do you intend to do that? Do you know what a life coach does? Are you ready to do this? Are you ready to do that? Oh, no, I don't see you being a life coach. But my wife would constantly say, look, this guy is just telling you so that he won't turn back. And before my friends could know it, I had already enrolled in a life coaching class. Before they could even think, I was already certified. And before they could even imagine the next step, I was already having clients. I started with one-on-one coaching. I was already having clients. I was busy having one-on-one coaching classes. And they were so surprised where the knowledge came from. I took action because that was what I wanted. I knew that reading, studying, education, when we talk about education, I'm not talking only about the four walls of a university. No, education. When I say education, personal development, reading books written by great men and women, learning, me enrolling in that life coaching class taught me, provided me with all the tools required for me to start the coaching practice. I took action, irrespective of what people around me were saying, irrespective of the fact that the people around me were blind to my vision, right? That's the same thing I want you to understand. Your vision is your vision and it's for you alone. And from that period of taking that exam, I already saw myself, I envisioned myself growing. I had a vision. I set a goal for myself. I had plans. And we're still working on the plans. So for you to take charge of your life, you should have the same thing. Be intentional about what you want to do. I love to tell people what I want to do, because the moment you hear me speak, I become unstoppable. I become unstoppable. It means there's no going back. So what do you need to help you hold yourself accountable to your dreams, your visions, your goals, and your plans? What works for you? My brother, for example, likes to keep things to himself until he has accomplished them. Most of my siblings do it that way. Like I said, we grew up in that type of environment where they say, keep it to yourself. But I am eccentric. That didn't work for me. So have you figured out how to hold yourself accountable? Have you figured out if keeping your dreams to yourself helps you kill your dreams from the beginning? Have you figured that out? Have you figured it out that when you tell somebody what you want to do, it helps you really get that thing done? You should check to know which works for you. A wise man once said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Yes, I have just shared with you what my goals and my plans are. And it's all towards knowing what I want. It's all geared towards impacting lives, inspiring people, helping people understand that they've got greatness within them. That's my why. And that's why I wake up every day to take action one day at a time. That's my why. To help people understand that they've got greatness in them. To help people identify and eliminate limiting beliefs in their lives. What is it that you are struggling for? What's your why? Take action. Not until you get a clear picture of what you are doing or what you want to accomplish, it will be difficult for you to act on it. But in all, take action. And while you are acting on your dreams and your goals and your vision, that will take us to the next tip, which is to be resilient. Yes, to be resilient. Resilience is key because just like my mentor, my communication mentor, Les Brown, would always say, when life knocks you down, try to fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Let your reason get you back up. So it means that when you are working towards achieving your dreams and your goals, life will definitely hit you hard with certain challenges. Life will hit you so hard at some point that you would question your existence. You will question your creator. You will question the universe. Resilience is what will determine if you will be able to come back or not. So it is very important to have it at the back of your mind that life will throw challenges at you. Murphy's Law. Like this morning, I was supposed to start this broadcast at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But what happened? While I was broadcasting, people couldn't hear me for about 6 minutes. They couldn't hear me. But that did not stop me from coming back. What did I do? I profiled the solution. I ended the broadcast, reset the systems, and came back. Although we came back late, but we are still delivering the message. That is what matters. Life would throw things at you. I was telling my story yesterday to some family members, and some of them didn't believe that I ever went through such challenges in life. When I was young, when I was, still trying to be that cool kid, a friend of mine took me to Lagos, and I went with my brother as well, with the hope that, things would be better. We wanted to start living life, wanted to grow so fast, right? So we're so happy we're living our birth state and going to explore the city, a bigger city like Lagos in Nigeria. On getting to Lagos, all the plans we had failed. We ran out of cash. It was so tough. And I grew up in a house where we had abundance. Everything was working well, like except for my dad who died. We had everything we needed to go to school, to feed, to even take care of other people. But my brother and I just chose to go in search of our own lives, in search of our own destiny. So while in Lagos, things became hard. And my friend who took us to Lagos thought we would give up and just run back to our mom, because our mom is like our savior. When we see our mom, to us, every problem is solved, you know? So he was expecting we would run back. But we didn't do that because we knew we had a mission. There were times we couldn't really eat food. So I told my brother one day, I got up one day and, we were frustrated. I got up and I said, look, this is the plan I have. I will go out every morning from door to door asking people for food, be it cooked food or uncooked food. So that way we would be able to get food supply that would carry us for some days. So while I do that, you will be the one doing the cooking. This was an agreement. We were just, this was a plan. And I would say, look, when I bring them, you will be the one to take care of the cooking and, sharing the food into portions and just managing it, right? And we agreed on that. And from the next day I started, I would go from one door to the other, knocking and asking. I would knock. I had a pitch. I had a story I was always giving them. So when I knocked and somebody answered, I would say, good morning, ma'am, or good morning, sir. Sorry to bother you. My name is John, and my brother and I are having difficulties finding food to eat. So I'm not here to beg you for money. Please know that. All I'm asking is for you to please give us some food if you have any. Even if it's the leftover from yesterday, uncooked food, please, I would appreciate it. And people will be surprised. I would go from one door to the other. People will be surprised, and gladly they would give me this food. At the end of the day, I would have something to take to my brother to cook for us to eat, right? I did that for a long, long, long time. Like if I go to the street today, I won't go to that street the next day. I'll go to a different street. I went to churches. I asked for food from everywhere. And when I was telling my family members this story, they were shocked. Like, really? Your dad left so many properties, so many assets. So why did you subject yourself to that suffering? And I told them that I had a mission. I knew that if my dad could accomplish all what he accomplished, I too can do that. I was resilient. I had a goal. I had a mission. The challenges that life threw at me at that age, during that time, did not break me, but instead, I found a solution. I was resilient. So people were surprised when I told them this story. This happened when I was I was in my early 20s, like 20, 21 years old, right? So in life, challenges will come. Robert Schuller said, tough times never last, but tough people do. Yes. Tough people do. Right? So I want you to know that resilience is key. And the last one is to review your goals regularly. Review your goals regularly. No matter what you're going through, just always use it as therapy to write down your thoughts and make sure you review them, because the type of energy you will get from reading a goal that was written, or reading a thought or an idea that was written 2 years ago, the energy that you would get when you see that in your journal will keep you sane. It is therapy. Writing is therapy. It is therapeutic to write. Now, we all have phones and we all have computers. Excuse me. We all have all these devices. And now a lot of people find it difficult to write with a pen the traditional way. So they prefer to type all these things on their phones. But I want to assure you that it is therapeutic to write. There is a huge difference when you grab a pen and a notepad and write on your journal and typing on your phone. There is a huge difference. I want you to try that today. Start working on this and understand that not until you do something different in your life, you would remain where you are. I work with individuals and organizations to help them achieve their strategic goals. I help them move from where they are to where they want to be. And I have seen this work, and I know it will work for you. Ladies and gentlemen, William Arthur Jr. said, "All you can do is all you can do. All you can do is good enough, but make sure you do all you can do." Life is not fair. But remember that all the challenges that you are encountering or experiencing in life also have the solutions. That's why we say, all you can do is all you can do. All you can do is good enough, but make sure you do all you can do. I love that quote. That's a quote from William Arthur Jr. You can write that down. All you can do is all you can do. All you can do is good enough, but make sure you do all you can do. We are blessed right now that things are gradually returning back to normal. During the pandemic, what did you do? How did you prepare yourself for times like this when things become normal? What skills did you develop? Were you one of those always complaining? Remember, I said it before, that the only constant in life is change. That's a quote by Heraclitus, which means sometime in the near future, the pandemic will be a thing, what? Of the past. But my question to you again at that point will be just the same way I'm asking you. During the pandemic, what were you doing? Were you complaining? So which means if you were complaining all through during the pandemic, you will not be among the millionaires. Neither will you be among the billionaires. Because after the pandemic, we're going to have more billionaires. We're going to have more millionaires. And we're going to have a lot of witnesses. If you were complaining all through, it means you would end up being a witness. What skill did you develop? How many books did you read? What solutions did you provide? Did you serve? Did you play your role as a human being to serve, to lead, to influence, and to impact? Did you do that? Or were you complaining? I want you to know it's not too late for you. It's not too late for you to take charge of your life. This is the time for you to step into your greatness. This is the time for you to step into that business you've always wanted for yourself. This is the time for you to start that business. This is the time for you to learn a new skill. This is the time for you to look into that career change you've always wanted. There is a Chinese proverb that says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. Don't wait till tomorrow. tomorrow might be too late. Start today. Start today. It is you alone who can make things happen for yourself. How can you do that? By working on your dreams, having a vision of what you want in life, by having a goal, by having a plan, right? By taking action, being resilient, and reviewing your goals. And at the end of the day, we all have the willpower to make things happen. We have the willpower. We have the willpower. What do you need today in your life to help you get started? You need what? 5 words. The will to do it. 5 words. Willpower is innate in you. What do you need to help you start that training program? 5 words. The will to do it. What do you need to help you get into a new relationship or to start working on your health goals? 5 words. The will to do it. What do you need to help you transition from being a shy person to a public speaker like I did? The will to do it. I was once a very shy person. So shy that I couldn't even imagine myself climbing a stage and giving a toast for just 30 seconds or a minute. I was so shy. It was that bad. It was that bad. But right now, I'm a public speaker. How did I make that happen? 5 words. The will to do it. You can start going after your dreams. We understand that the level of depression has increased in the world right now. The level of anxiety has increased. The level of domestic violence has increased. Even the level of hunger has increased. But I want you to know that you are stronger than you think you are. It is a phase in life that will pass. Seek help now that you can. Seek help now that you can. This is the best time. Seek help. It is you alone that can make things happen for yourself. Are you frustrated at your job? I've been through that. Do you wake up every Mondays having a heart attack knowing that you're going back to that job you don't like? Oh, yes. There is a study that confirmed it, that the highest number of heart attacks happens on a Monday morning because people wake up frustrated that they're going back to that job they do not like. Are you one of those? If you do not like your job, this is the time for you to look into your skill, developing your skill, and starting that business you would love to do. But do not quit that job, because that is a job that provides the check. That is the job that pays the bills. So I encourage you to use your 9 to 5 to finance your 5 to 9, which means use the money you make from your employment to nurture the business that you love. Have an exit strategy. Have that plan. I see so many people quitting their jobs without having an exit strategy. It's not too late to have an exit strategy. Your job helps you refine your gift. Your job helps you network with the people you would need to grow your business. Your family and friends are not your best customers in your business. Business 101. Your friends and family do not believe in you until you become successful. Oh, I'll get into trouble for this. But anyway, it is the truth. When you are starting business in life, your friends and family, do not add them to your the list of people you want to reach out to. So make sure you have an exit strategy. Make sure you have an exit strategy. Use your salary to sustain yourself while you nurture your business. Go out there and look for your clients. Your best client is that stranger who just walked past your business for the first time and saw the signpost and decided to check what you have. That's your best customer, that stranger out there. Have a strategy. Take charge of your life. Are you thinking of getting into a relationship? Yes, this is the time for you to start hanging around the places where the kind of people you would like to meet are. Yes. This is the time for you to take action. You want a career change? This is the time. You want to learn a new skill? This is the time. You want to start serving your community? This is the time. You want to become a motivational speaker? This is the time. You want to become a preacher? This is the time. It is never too late for you. Take charge of your life. It is you alone who can make things happen for yourself. So I want to end this talk on this note, that no matter what you think about yourself, or no matter what the people around you think about you, you are an abode of greatness. I want you to please like and share this broadcast. I'm not saying you should give me money. Like and share this broadcast, because there's somebody out there who needs to hear this message. There's somebody who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. The message generally would not resonate with everybody at the same time, but there's somebody on your contact list that needs to hear this. Like and share. Do that today. Do that as a good deed. Do that as charity today, to share this message. Thank you so much for all the beautiful comments. I love you all. Sharon, thank you so much for listening to the program. Anna, good morning. It's a blessed day. Anna said, just do it anyway, no matter what. That's what I want you to know. Just do it. You don't need to know how to get started. Write it down. Always think about it. Always imagine yourself doing it and accomplishing it. Always, because whatever you're seeking is seeking you. Thank you, Anna, for that. Rosalinda, thank you. Rosalinda has been one of our greatest listeners. We really appreciate you. We appreciate everybody who has been following us, encouraging us. All the beautiful donations, the handsome donations from great people. Thank you. We really appreciate you. We just don't want to mention names. You know yourselves. You have been supporting. You have been very supportive of this initiative. Thank you very, very much for the donations. The universe will definitely open up the doors that you have been looking forward to getting into. Whatever you have wished for yourself or asked the universe to give to you, you will get it in abundance. And I want you to believe it, that you've got greatness in you, because you really and truly do have it. And if you believe that, I want you to place your hand on your chest and say, I am blessed. I want you to say this after me. Say, I was not created to exist. I was created to create an existence. Say that. I was not created to exist, but I was created to create an existence. I love you all. Thank you so much for listening to this broadcast. And remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Abode of Greatness Worldwide is a greatness center and a subsidiary of John Ughulu Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our mission is to serve, lead, and impact. Disclaimer: this is not a religious organization. For donations,